Hi, this is kind of an interesting rock. It looks like it's got some ancient hits on it. But it's just kind of a warm-up sort of thing. There's a lot of it that I'm going to lose due to not being able to do anything with it. Fairly tough looking. I'm trying to just hit above the edge instead of, and redirect it on my leg instead of trying to do a bunch of grinding or anything. Trying to feather it into here. Sketchy results due to not knowing how much the cortex is going to dampen each blow. And I got a lot of aircraft noise. So I won't be talking huge amounts. Tough rock, just kind of a warm-up rock. Okay, so we got a big ridge here. I'm gonna go ahead and knock that way. Dang. This rock is way tough. This is one of them must-have heats kind of deal, probably. That's a little bit of concavity there, so this isn't great. Try to come in and cut some of that off. Okay. We're having fun now, I bet. What you do with a rock like this is you skin it, if you can, and then you heat it. Otherwise, you don't work it. That would have been a monster flake on most rocks. Can you hear just skating? Monster flake. It's been 4 times as big a flake on a lot of rock. Don't work rock like this. Who can I give this to? The problem with working on my leg is I'm hitting my leg some in addition to hitting the rock, which is normally okay, but when the rock is as hard, it just dampens it too much. Trying to stay in camera too. Need to get off some of this. When you're working a real hard rock, don't try to work off thin edges, you can't. Can't do it very well, especially when there's cortex left on it. Really though, in a way, I kind of regret having knapped as much tough rock as I have, because again, every moment you spend working on something like this, you could have spent working on something better, so, you know, why do it? I mean, it is interesting sometimes. Putting it downward. Not gonna work. I'm gonna work into it. Okay, so getting worse. Getting worse. And it is definitely Airplane Central. Turtle. Gonna have to deal with that at some point, right? Where's my hammer? Bad. Bad. Failed. Wow. That was a hit too. Well, man's got to know its limits. It's a miracle. Yeah, this right here is what we call leverite. By the way, just so you don't think even less of me than you do after seeing me sit here and hit this, I can pretty much guarantee you that I did not pick this rock up and cart it home. I believe that I probably got this from somebody else. Probably in a big load for like 46 cents a pound or something like that. In a burst of irrational exuberance when I was a new napper. Probably what this is. But somewhat like a new napper, I am compensating for the fact that this is beyond tough by hitting at angles where I'm just making turtles and losing width. Got me on the finger right there. But unlike a new napper, my strategy is not to let it be a turtle forever, but to come in. See, the problem that you run into when you nap something this tough is that you will hinge it if you're not careful. Well, regardless of whether you're careful, you will hinge it if you hit inward. And if you do that before you get the thing narrow, then the hinge will just be there until you do get it narrow and get in where you can attack the hinge. So that's the deal. So I'm going to again, this would probably make a great and interesting point once heated. Put a medium heat on it. Not that there's any reason to do that unless you just have a bunch of this rock and don't have access to anything better. So we are trying to get that edge away from the center line. Okay. Wish me luck. So that went, you know, about halfway, but bad concrete. Halfway. So we're not really thinning. Flake broke because it wasn't thick enough. Plus there's just liminess to this rock. So basically what I'm doing is isolating, coming down to here. But I just don't have any structural integrity in this rock. Okay, so we cut through that. And it actually ran over to here, but the problem is that the rock is limey. So now I've got all my problems. I can't come back this way, so I just got to bevel it off. Trying to straighten out all those concavities. And what I'm doing is the way you would attack a rock when you've got enough width and you're not really worried about losing width. The problem in this case is I'm really not thinning. I mean, that's sort of the essence of your turtles, is that if you can't drive your flakes past the center line from both sides, you're not thinning. You're just getting narrower. Edge failure. Concrete in there, roll a little bit, edge fail. Has to do too with the liminess. So I hit downward more on that and held it together to try and come in there where it didn't spread quite enough to catch that issue. Oh well, so we leave it. So come down to this end. Held it together, but see again, I'm still just kind of coming to the middle. That was a little better. Put my finger over here to kind of block it spreading. So I'm kind of trying to make a ridge here. So that's really just an isolating flake. Same thing here, put my finger there and hit to the side of it to just sort of isolate it. So now I've got a ridge there. The question is, can I get this smooth enough to do anything with? Wish me luck. Nothing. Just rode up it. I mean, that went more than halfway, but it didn't do any good, really. Go back.